Welcome to the Hypnosis NGH Podcast. This podcast series offers a fun and serious look at hypnosis and offers various ideas, discuss case studies, along with NGH educational opportunities. Please note, it's important to work within your scope of practice. You can find more information about this on the NGH website at www.ngh.net under the Safe and Ethical Practice menu. The opinions or views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the NGH.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Debbie and I'll be your host for this segment of our National Guild of Hypnotists podcast. And I have the pleasure of talking today with Dr. Shivani Khetan. Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
I'm just curious, what's your specialty in this huge arena of hypnosis? Because this podcast is for both the hypnotist to hopefully get new information and for the non-hypnotist to hopefully get inspiration on becoming a hypnotist. So kind of start there.
So I'm an expressive art therapist and a hypnotist, and I'm working as a clinical hypnotherapist. And I believe in process hypnosis, where we come from a process where is the root situation. And so expressive art helps me because expressive art is all about storytelling, movement, music, drama, percussion instruments. So I create a workshop where the person understands where is the root problem coming from. So even today I had a 2-hour workshop. The 1-hour workshop was all about letting them take out their shoes, moving around, understanding what is my limiting belief, because we did rewiring limiting beliefs. So if I do not know what my limiting belief is, a hypnosis person can just tell you and you have to do that. So we are not fixing here people, we are trying to help them out. What is the belief you're carrying which is not doing you good? And you only empower yourself by taking out what is it that I want from myself. So the process is called expressive art therapist, in which we are using art, and you don't have to be an artist.
That's a good point because I look at myself as like, I would never be able to do anything.
But that's the best art. Like, remember when you were small and you had crayons in your hand? Like, I had participants today and they were like, we have to use this. I was like, yes. And I suddenly, the moment they were like using it, they were using like pros. But they have not used it for last 20 years because that's what they did it in school.
Yeah.
Pre-nursery and all that.
Yeah.
And you have not been using. All of the people are not painting in their adults or something. So when you use those, something touches you from your inner child. So my specialty is first understanding, releasing, and then changing through hypnosis.
That sounds like powerful.
Yeah, that's what I've combined these two powerful things. Many expressive art therapists will not be into hypnosis, and most of the hypnosis will not be expressive artwork. So I figured hypnosis after my expressive art therapy because you can touch a belief system, but you cannot change it. But changing, you have to go to hypnosis.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a next stage. My client is stuck. What do I do? So that's when.
Interesting. So did you get your start in art therapy? Like first of all, what does a doctor represent?
So I am into alternative medicine. And so I work a lot with 70 plus, and we try to help them out with mandala paintings and music therapy and sound therapy, like the bowls and everything. And my doctorate is in expressive art therapy.
Wow.
So after that, I did my hypnosis. So all three things are very different, and they can be working without individual coming into one to other. But what I try to do when I do a workshop, I try to put it all together. So there's a beginning, there's a middle, and then there's a closure. Because if I am coming as a client, I have to have a closure.
Right.
Yeah, even if it's a 15-minute process I'm doing with someone, there has to be a closure. So mostly the closures are through a meditation or through some singing bowls. Yes, and the middle is art, where a lot of drama, art, music, instruments are used. And the beginning is where we try to understand where are they, where exactly are you, and do you require a change, or are you ready for that change?
Yeah.
So that's the beginning, and the icebreaker. Like today, I had people come together and we did some movements as what am I feeling? So my name and what is my feeling? So someone was like a bird, someone was like, and everyone was surprised that they ended up doing and enjoying it. When I started calling them, they were like, okay. But then everyone was standing in a circle. So it broke that, that persona of, oh, I am in a seminar, some slides will come, and they were like suddenly like blown off. What is this happening? So you have to give that to them. Then only it will break. And they when they walked the closure, I had people who were like literally vulnerable today, and that happens with us in our sessions and workshops.
Interesting.
So so the workshop has to have all these three things, otherwise it's not a workshop. I believe.
So what might your client be experiencing, like the type of people that you attract to bring them through this process? What are they're like presenting issues?
Mostly it is to do with stress, anxiety, self-confidence, self-esteem. And lately we have started doing medical work also, but we are not telling them it's a cure, but we are helping them to integrate these things, hypnosis, so that they feel relaxed with the pain around. So if there is someone with cancer, people with ADHD, people with bipolar issues, dementia, and Parkinson's. So what we are doing here is we're giving them a relaxation where the energy is being shifted from I have a pain in my head to other parts of the body, and it's not fixated on one. So the trance helps them. Like my mother is stage 2 dementia. We came to know 4 years back, and she's still stage 2 dementia. She had come to a point when she had eaten the food, and she would say, "I have not eaten food. No one gave me." So one day I came back from the office and she said, I have not eaten. Suddenly you're like really disturbed, like it's 4 o'clock. She was supposed to eat at 2. And I asked my person, before I asked the person, I just asked her, okay, we'll get the food. Are you hungry? And she said, no, I'm not. That helped me to understand that she was not remembering that she and we have come a long way. And then she had a brain stroke 2 years back. She couldn't get up from the bed. And now if you go on her Instagram, she's walking, touch wood, she's eating, her body balance has come. So she has a problem where she feels the floor is not stable. But she's walking, she's exercising, she's doing everything. So we do the transfer that everything is fine, you can walk. There's no situation. So she's doing fantastic for what she went through. So, and her dementia has stopped. So I'm doing the buck flower remedies also with her. So you're asking me, what's my specialty? It's complementary, integrative medicine work that we are doing, because normally to us people used to come when everything was finished. Thanks to some doctors, I must say, now they are integrating people like us. And they are saying, okay, you have cancer, you're going through a situation, why don't you have this kind of work come into your life? And that makes their pain management easier. So if you're asking me what kind of people, we are seeing all walks of people. We're seeing children who are having self-esteem situation. They're being bullied in school.
That's huge.
And then the esteem goes down. and then you see them down in every area. So mostly it's behavioral
Mhm.
as well as medical.
Mhm. And when somebody goes to work with you, like you were saying, as a process, when you were talking about the beginning, middle, and end, I'm going to assume that that's both contained within the session and then within the amount of time that they also work with you. Does that make sense?
Yes, so I normally have 12 sessions
12
to do with you.
okay.
Because, see, you have
It's a
been living a
process.
pattern. How can I change you in one?
Exactly.
So if someone is coming to us for consultation, I tell them, if you're not ready for 12 sessions, then kindly do not even do the consultation.
Mhm.
We don't want you wasting
Yeah.
your money and my time and
Yeah.
your time.
Yeah.
So if you're ready and you feel I'm ready, you've done my homework, your homework, all homework, then it's time to come on board.
Yeah.
So at least 12 sessions, which is once a week.
That's excellent. And you say we, like, do you work within a group, or is it your own practice?
It's my own practice.
Excellent.
I could have worked with other places, but I thought my brand is called Mudhita. Mudhita is a Sanskrit word,
Mhm.
which means I'm happy. I'm happy in your happiness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there is no English word for it. There is no, like, we have compassion, we have love, uh, we have empathy, but you don't have any word for I'm happy in your happiness.
That was so powerful.
Yeah. So it's called, it's a Sanskrit word,
Mudita.
Mudita. Like and this is something which I've seen my mother, or you would have seen your mothers. They were always happy if we were happy.
Yeah.
A mother is one person. Oh, you're happy? Okay. I'm happy. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
So that's the concept of work I started with Mudita. So
That's
it's
like
me.
heart-based.
Yeah, it's me, and I have 2, 3 assistants, but I'm the only one who for the work. Because if I'm not there, then people will be like, you're using your name, but some assistant is working.
Yeah. Wow. What do you like about being under the umbrella of the National Guild of Hypnotists?
Everything. I love the energy. I love people around. I love how helpful everyone is. It is so powerful to learn. I mean, walk into these places and so much to learn on the same subject. Like, I just had a session on someone was doing the watches,
Oh,
the buckle.
Yeah.
So powerful. When I was so intrigued, and it took me back to my college days. I had bought a pocket watch. And why did I buy it? Because I saw Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
And Sherlock Holmes always
yeah.
had a
Watch. Yeah.
watch. And I loved the way he's dressed, and I loved he was always on time. I loved his discipline. And I was like, wow, what a powerful personality. I used to love reading how he had those cases done. So I guess I have a little bit of Sherlock Holmes in my life.
Than you. I love this.
Because if I have a client and I cannot work, so I go back to research. I go back to how can I help this person? What can we do? And that's why hypnosis came in my life, because I was doing everything, but when it came to changing the belief, I was stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
So having this kind of umbrella helps you to understand what new is happening.
Which is important because things change so fast.
Very, very.
Yeah.
In 7 years, I feel 8 years, so much has changed.
Yep. When you go home where do you go home to? Can I see that? Where did you practice at? Where do you go home to?
Well, I go back to India, but at the moment I am in California for another 2, 3 months. I've been there for yes. I have my daughter. Yes, she had twins, so I'm helping her out.
I was in Berkeley for 45 years.
Oh,
I don't know what part you were going to, but yeah,
San Jose.
Oh, fun! That's very close. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I miss California sometimes.
Yes.
We're talking about the process, and when I became a hypnotist back in the 90s, it was very regressive cause one and done sessions, and that was sort of like the model that I learned, and that was the model that I operated on. And then I started, coming to more classes. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's people that are not doing just one and dones, and so the climate is changing also. And I think it's really important, like you said, things change, stay with the times.
Yes.
So for somebody listening to us who is not a hypnotist yet, what would you like to say as words of encouragement, or what might they be experiencing that pique their interest, that they want to jump in?
So wherever you feel, that you're living in a pattern, I believe whenever you're living in a pattern and you feel I'm in my comfort zone, So it's time to break that. Because whenever you're living a pattern, then you just like today we had an exercise called you fold the papers. So every time I said everyone was folding on the same crease.
Interesting.
So if your life, whatever you do, it can be any work that you do, if it is folding the same thing and it is not intriguing you, it is not making you curious, it is not growing you, then maybe it's time to start looking at other scenarios in life. Maybe if hypnosis is one thing that you were very intrigued about, or it can be expressive art, or it can be music, art. Maybe it's time to give it a go. Maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes a day only, or maybe once a week. Pick up a hobby.
Baby steps.
Yes, and you never know what can you achieve. But it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a start anywhere in any profession you. Just see, am I just folding on the same crease?
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good picture.
Because nothing will good come out of it, right? Because it's already creased.
Exactly.
So if you want a new crease, you have to fold it a new way.
Exactly.
So look at your life wherever you are and see, where do I need to go first?
I love that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
having me here. It was a pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing all the good stuff that you're doing in the world.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And you have a great time.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure you're doing a lot of...
It's fun. It's I'm going to officially sign off. Thank you for tuning in. And you've been listening to the National Guild of Hypnotists podcast. We are at ngh.net.
So there's one other thing I want to mention, and that's you can have the convention at your fingertips, or you can have the NGH at your fingertips by getting the NGH app. That's right. So if you want to download it, you can download it on Google Play or the Apple App Store. You can download the app, get it on your phone. I don't know if you can see this, if it's close enough, but the NGH app. And the great thing about it is that you can look at all the presentations that are being done at the convention. You can also see which room your presentation is in and what's up next, the whole schedule. And you can download the NGH app, and that will help you at this year's convention. Thank you for listening to the Hypnosis NGH podcast. You're welcome to share your ideas for future podcasts by emailing us, nghpodcast@ngh.net.